Hey, how y'all doing? I'm over here in my office getting ready to paint it up and everything because I'm getting tired of dealing with the store right now. Business is so slow, the country's falling apart, and everything's going to crap. So I figure I'll come over here and do something that I can actually achieve an accomplishment. I mean, have you seen the news now? They're calling for deportation of Elon Musk. I mean, it's just getting crazier and crazier. I mean, he's not only going to divorce him, he's going to throw him out of the country. So, you never know what's going on anymore with these people. It's crazy out there. Trying to keep up with everything. I feel like everything has just gone crazy in the last few weeks. We just lost our distributor for everything we were getting. So now we're like, okay, what are we going to do? I don't know. And I really need more light in here. I think I need to go get my lights so I can actually see, so I can do the fine strip here. Because if I don't, I'm going to have to use tape, and I don't want to use tape. So that's kind of, yeah, fun. Not really a great paintbrush right there. And everything, but so yeah, they're going nuts over that stuff. Elon and Trump, they just going crazy, and we're all feeling it right now. Everyone's always like, "How do you know when people are broke?" Well, if you're broke, I'm broke. So if I'm broke, that means you're broke. I mean, that's how you figure it out real quick when you got a business. People aren't spending; they don't have no money, and it's getting harder and harder out there for anyone doing what I do because everyone's holding on to everything because no one's got any money anymore. I mean, it's getting harder and harder. So they're like, okay, I want this much for that. And everyone thinks everything's worth a fortune. It's not. But if you're going to put the time in and get online and do it, I applaud you because I didn't want to do it. I got all kinds of stuff all the time that I'm like, no, I don't want to get online. I don't want to deal with the people. You know, but it's getting to the point where you got to deal with people no matter where you go. Someone was asking me today, do you think it's going to get better, worse? Do you think the resale thing's going to, how do you think it's going to go? You think things are going to come back to the way it used to be, or it's going to get, no, it's gone the way it used to be. It's all gone. I don't think there's going to be any stores left like mine in the next 10 years. I mean, it's good. They're trying right now to put all us business owners out of business anyway. I mean, they want the corporations to control everything. You got the cops out here doing their thing. No one, everyone's doing whatever the heck they feel like and getting away with it. It seems like it's a free for all out here for people. But if you try to do that or I try to do that, we'd all go to jail. But I mean, because we got people ODing in the parking lot, and you call the police and they just like, there ain't nothing wrong with them. Okay, it's just they just don't care if it doesn't bother them or if it doesn't affect them. Let's put it that way. If it doesn't really affect them, they don't care. They really don't care. This paintbrush sucks. I wonder if I could do better with the other one. I'm just afraid with it being a bigger brush, it's going to do the edges up too and everything. So I don't know how it's going to work. But what we're going to do in here is I'm going to have my TV and stuff in here where I can chill, hang out, do my lives or whatever in here, and just have a good time instead of not having a place to actually be. Slowly, this is my part of my office. My office actually wraps around. I've got a bathroom right here. Then we wrap around here. We got the actual office with the desk and everything in the next room, and then we have a kitchen right out here and everything. So I mean, it's a full apartment, is what it is. I just use it as my office, and it's working out pretty good. It will be, especially once I get it all cleaned up and get it done. So who knows if I'll ever get it done though. That's the key of it. Beginning to think I should have just put tape down and went at it real quick, but who knows? I'm just taking it day to day on anything right now. Taking my sweet old time. I ain't getting in a rush for nothing. It's just too much stuff going on. And once I found out about my distributor being done, that kind of crushed me right now. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, what direction I'm going to take. I know what I want to do. I just don't know if I'm going to do it because I want to keep the one store open at least for the fill bag and everything. But the problem is that's where I got most of that stuff from. I can go out and get anything I want. and keep the store open. That's not a problem. The problem is I wanted to keep helping people and do the fill a bag and help people out that didn't have much and everything else. You know, the problem is everything's getting so high, you can't get stuff dirt cheap and just give it away and put it out there and hope that people pay for it. You can't do that. As hard as it's getting for stuff and the price of stuff anymore, it's just getting ridiculous. Because I mean, when you could fill a trailer up for $100 to $300, and I'm talking about that big 20-foot trailer I have out there, that was always a great deal. But I'd pay at the most 500. But now that trailer, with the way things are going right now, it costs me upwards of thousands to fill it up, and I can't even make that kind of money off the stuff I get for the fill a bag. So it's not really worth doing that type of thing. I tried to get donations to come in, and donations have come in. I don't really ask for a lot though, so that's probably a lot of it. But I don't want to have to ask for a lot. I don't mind going out and doing it myself. The problem is I don't have the money to do that anymore, so it's probably going to come to an end on that. And I just made a big old mess because I forgot I had paint on the side of my bucket. I'm just not doing really great today. I'm just not really with it lately. The last week or so, I haven't really been with it. Like I said, I got so much going on. I don't know which way I'm going. That other, like I said, has gotten me a little upset there as far as losing the distributor for that. Because I'm not really worried about the other stuff. Like I said, I can always get that. But I still want to help people out. So, but I also don't like going and asking people, hey, will you help? Will you donate? Will you do that? I don't like doing that. So I don't know. I can't go out chasing all the auctions and everything. I'm just making a mess. I should just not do this today. I'm just making a heck of a mess here. Just made a bigger mess. Lovely. I'm dribbling all over the place. I'm making a mess. I'm not a painter, by the way. Yeah, I never claimed to be. I can paint, but I don't do very good at it. And let's see. There we go. So yeah, I suck at painting. But if I know how to do it, I know how to tape everything off. I know how to, I'm just being lazy. But when you're lazy, it normally does cost you more work in the end. So being lazy isn't really the greatest thing. And here I am already making a mess on the rug. But I don't care because the rug's a mess anyway, so it's not like I'm gonna worry about it too much. I'm probably gonna end up pulling this rug out because it's got so many stains on it. It's not even funny because we've had this building almost 10 years, and this was all storage up until recently because I just decided I wanted to do something different with it, and it's slowly pushing me towards doing internet sales and just getting rid of the store eventually. I think at the rate we're going, I just don't think I'm gonna keep up with the store because I can't do the store and internet sales and everything else together. But I would love to build a community where I can hang out with people, talk to y'all, have a good time, and everything. That'd be really cool. It's just finding your people, you know. Everyone's been doing the follow for follow. The only problem is when you do that, you don't find people that have the same interest as you. And so the best part of that is finding people that have the same interest as you, and then you can go a lot farther with it. So that makes a big difference. And right now, I'm pushing as much as I can every time I can to get on here and do lives and everything. And I don't have anything planned. I just get on here and just start yapping and everything. And I just do my thing. I try to watch the thing for comments and everything, but no one ever comments, so I just quit watching it. I know I need to start watching it again because eventually someone's going to have an interest in something maybe or talk to me. But right now, I don't know. But it'd be cool, I think, to get something going where I get a website up and maybe do some auctions or something on that. I haven't figured out how I want to do it, but I want to do something where I can show you guys the stuff I get and actually give you guys a chance to actually get it. So I'm just working on all kinds of different things right now. I just haven't figured out exactly what. So once I figure that out and I have an actual game plan. Once I get this room painted, I'll start moving in the right direction. Be able to have my little studio and everything for what I'm doing. Then I can start worrying about other stuff and everything. But till then, who knows? I just keep doing what I'm doing. But I'm just taking it one day at a time. As you can see, we got a drop roof I'm going to put in here. Or drop ceiling. Sorry, I don't know why I said drop roof, drop ceiling. But I'm not a contractor, so I can call it whatever I want. I can call it poopy roof if I want. I don't care. Because there's no one watching anyway, so yeah. No one even really cares what I do. Probably take a dump on TV right now and then no one would see it. Hey. One person pops on and goes, what did he say? Yeah. No one really watches it, so it is what it is. See if anyone's seeing anything. I don't know what they did to it, but you know, we used to have lots of viewers and I used to have all kinds of things to say, but I don't really have much to say anymore. Don't have the viewers. I got paint all on my shirt already. I'm doing great here. Yahoo! Yeah. But yeah, I just don't get into it as much as I used to. Don't. There's so much going on, so stressed out and everything. But once I get this room done, put my TV here, have a little chill place. Now I'm making a mess probably on the floor already. There we go. But it's just a lot of work, and I am not got the energy to do half the things I need to do. I just take it one day at a time. That's all I can do. And everything. I had all these big plans to do all this other stuff, but like I said, that kind of went boop. So who knows what's going to happen now. I'll try to change all that again and figure it out again. Start from square one and figure out what I'm doing, because I used to do a lot of the flea market. I used to go out to the flea market every weekend and sell. And we used to make big money out there and everything. Now, it's so hard to get a space out there and do anything. Half the flea market's been closed up around here and everything else. So it's just getting harder and harder out there. Nothing's getting easier, that's for sure. Keeps getting crazy. Now they got Elon and Trump fighting over each other. A bad divorce. Who knows what's going to happen with that craziness. But now they're trying to deport Elon now. I'm not sure what's going on. I try not to get political. But man, it's gotten to be like a circus. I don't think I've ever seen it so crazy out there in my life. And I've seen a lot of stupid crap go on. But man, they get crazy out there. Them two fighting like little kids in school, you know? Got a crush on each other. He did this, he did that. But in secret, they love each other. But they just don't want to tell each other, so they just beat each other up mentally and physically. I guess I just got a message. What's funny is I probably won't even get the corners of this done today. I'm just not with it lately. Got so much going on. Okay. Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen? I feel like I'm just sitting back watching the world just implode on itself every day. It's a little worse every day. You know, growing up, all I keep hearing is how the world's coming to an end. And sadly, I never believed that. But now, sadly, I think we're closer than we ever have been. having a whole lot of issues with the world and everything. Let me get this rag right here and clean up my other mess I made. I didn't realize. I'm doing real great here. Everything. Like I got all kinds of stories I could tell you, but problem is every time I start to tell them stories, I get restricted and get flagged from TikTok saying, "Yeah, you're talking about stuff you shouldn't be talking about." Every time it happens, every time. So I guess they don't like my stories and everything. They always involve some issue there that we're not supposed to talk about, because I feel like TikTok thinks the whole world should be rainbows, glitters, and sparkles and all that crap. It's like I feel like we're more, they're watching over us more than they ever have on any of these apps. Because I mean, before you actually used to be able to say something. Now there's one that face place you can say a little bit more off and on. TikTok, they got to the point where man, you can't say squat, or they get up your butt real quick. So you just gotta watch it, and everyone's mad about it. But I'm on here just to have fun, make some friends maybe, hang out, and all that type of stuff. I'm not here to get TikTok famous and be rich and everything, because y'all see I suck at this, so there ain't no way I'm ever gonna be TikTok famous or rich. Yeah, so it is what it is. I'll be looking at these 20 years ago, and my grandkids gonna be like, "Damn, you did all that for fun? Don't look like fun." Yeah, that's what we did back in the day. Deals. I just really, I'm just not doing it here. Making messes. And I can't believe we ain't got nothing going on there. Used to be, we'd have people like 25 people just viewing when I'm just doing anything. Now, if I get one to come through, it's good. So I think that KT needs to figure something out because I think they're slowly killing themselves off. How I feel about it. Because the way they're doing things, they're just people getting mad. They're starting to walk away. I don't know where they're walking away to though, because it's not like there's much options out there right now to go to other places. But I used to have my TikToks, and I used to have 1,000 people view it. You get off and be like, "Hey, 1,000 people viewed your TikTok." Now I get off, and it's like, "Hey, 100 people viewed your TikTok," and the most they stayed was 2 minutes. And that was 3 people. The rest of them were 1 minute and everything. So yeah, it's sadly that's where it's going. I don't know why they keep trying to change things on it because it's like my daddy said. My daddy. I don't know why I say my daddy. Fucking weirdo, huh? Whoops! I probably just got restricted for that one. I can't believe I got restricted one day for something. Stupidest thing had nothing to do with anything, but you gotta watch what you say because anything rug related, they snag you real quick. Everything. So you just gotta watch what you say, and I hate it. And my friends always like, "You gotta watch that. I can't say that." Well, I can. And they're like, "Yeah, you can. You just get restricted from all the anyone under 18. But technically, they actually restrict you from everything. You just have to go find it. They don't push it out then. They just stop pushing you out once they restrict you. But at the same time, I feel like they're not pushing it out anyway. So it is what it is, right? So who knows? Who knows? I'm not good at painting anymore. I don't have the patience for it like I used to. That wall looks yellow, like a yellow white, and then we're turning it white. Woo-hoo. I don't know, man. The world just isn't getting easier for us, so is it? We're all out here trying to hustle and work 20 different jobs and make all the money we can and do all the things we can and everything else. And all we're doing is watching prices go up and our, what do you call it, our way of living go down, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's just gotten ridiculous. We're all losing it, man. And I don't know. I don't know what caused it. I don't know which way we're going. Because there's so many different things going on, and ain't no one telling the truth out there. No one. Because I'll see something, and I'll go look it up. They ain't telling the truth. I love these people on here on TikTok. They'll say something, man. Supposedly TikTok be like, "You're lying." No, they don't say nothing to them. You're not supposed to be anything that's false. They supposedly pull it and everything. They don't. I've seen so many false things on there and everything, but I guarantee if I told you something like, "Hey, I created the penny. I made it all by myself. It was so cool," and put it out there, like some people they do that stuff and everything, I'd get flagged for it probably, but everyone else would be like, "No, that guy really made the penny." Stupid shit like that. I don't know. I just don't understand this world anymore. I don't understand how people get away with stuff that they're doing, and I do the same thing, and I get popped for it. Don't matter where I am, I'm always rounded out for something. Kind of crazy how that works. That's how it goes. They do. They have no problem doing it. Who knows what's to come with the world? I just hope it gets better. And I know I'm wishful thinking that everything's going to be hunky dory and we're going to have a perfect world again. And there's going to be butterflies and rainbows everywhere, and we're all going to be dancing and having a good old time. But in reality, getting to the point where you're all going to be on the fucking streets, living in a tent at the rate it's going. And the sad thing about that is, I was in California first of last year. The tent cities from Texas all the way to California were ridiculous. So do you think they helped these homeless people? No, they did not. They made a law saying it is illegal to be homeless. Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to arrest them and give them a home? Not really a great home. Still costing us money to put them in jail. It's still illegal now. They're arresting and fining people. If you don't pay your fines, where do you go? You go to jail. So, wouldn't it be just as effective to make up housing that's not a jail? Because first of all, it don't have to be like minimum security prison or something. I don't know. Because shit. It don't have to be like escapable and all that, because if a homeless person wants to leave, let them leave, that's their choice. But we should make like these old schools, you see these old schools, they should put beds in there, You see things in there, they have so many stipulations, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. Why can't we get a gym and put 100 beds in there and let people, of an old school or an old warehouse or something, hundreds of beds, and you just have them sleep in there. Yeah, you'll have to have security and everything, because some of these people are just sick people for some reason. But maybe you do like they do here, at the shelter here. You actually have to pass a background check to stay there, so nothing happens to some of the other people staying there and everything. And maybe that's what they should do to that, is just have a background check and everything. And that would actually work out pretty good, I think. And I know it sucks, because if you got a felony and everything, but it shouldn't just be any felony. It's just like, okay, sorry, sexual predators can't come in. You just can't. We can't trust you. You could do anything, And so, and I think that's just fair. But, do you think that's going to happen? No. You know why? They're fighting just having tiny homes. People trying to get tiny homes and just use their tiny homes. And they're making it damn near impossible for these people to live. Come on. Why are we making it so impossible for people? What happened to the way the world used to be? We all used to help everyone, and we all were happy to help each other. But all I see anymore is corporate greed, and that's it. It's corporate greed everywhere. It don't matter who it is. You got Goodwill, $1 billion company, destroyed the livelihood of, I don't even know how many hundreds of people they destroyed the livelihood of, but they took away their auction and they killed all those people's livelihood by doing that. So now these people have to go out other places and find places to make money and everything, and all in the name of making more money. They're making more money the way they're doing things, and they're throwing away more stuff, but they're making more money because they're charging more for the stuff because they're taking out all the good stuff and then throwing away the other stuff. If y'all are ever curious on how much stuff the donation stores throw away that you guys donate to them that's good, you would be astounded at how much stuff they are throwing away. They don't care. They're getting the money. I mean, the CEO makes $750,000 a year, I think it is. Someone said it was millions, but I think after bonuses, they probably do and everything. So, yeah, it's pretty sickening out there that it's actually like that. So, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. But it's pretty sickening, all that type thing. Because we shouldn't have to worry about that at all. But that's what they're doing. It's all about money anymore. We don't care about helping people. It's all about money. That's literally how it is. It's like all these people that built all these wonderful corporations and trying to help people and everything. They're all sitting there rolling in their graves going, oh my God, I can't believe they did that to my company. That's literally how they're doing it right now. They're just like, oh my God, they're just destroying everything. Like Sam Walton, he built a wonderful business. He cared about people. His family does not. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that China owns 60%? Well, I don't know if they still do, but I know at one time China owned 60% of Walmart. Our American company was bought out by China. That's just crazy. It's just crazy the amount of things that we realize and find out later and everything and how things are going. I just don't get it. But you got everyone out there saying, hey, resellers are killing it. They're doing this, they're doing that. At the end of the day, resellers are not making the prices. You, the consumer, make the prices. Supply and demand, supply and demand. If there's a supply and a demand, but no supply, that price is going to be really high. If there's tons of supply and no demand, that stuff's going to go so cheap, it's not even funny. So it's just all supply and demand pretty much on all that stuff. And on everything that, these people are looking for. Right now, the big thing is everything I'm looking for. And I used to have all that stuff, but I had people working for me that kind of screwed me out of stuff. And when I was sick, I let them get away with it and didn't realize until later. When I finally did realize, I fired them, obviously. But, everyone's going after the comic books. And not every comic book is worth money. Not every action figure is worth money. You go to garage sales now, action figures. How much are these? $10. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How much are your video games? $10. Yeah, I'm past. How much are your comic books? $5 each. Yeah, I'm good. Half that stuff ain't even worth that. Because most of that stuff, unless you got certain things, ain't really worth it. And half the stuff that's selling right now, it's selling for prices it ain't even worth. It ain't gonna be worth that same price that these people have paid for it in 5-10 years because it's going to be so gone. Ain't no one going to care. It's going to be overflooded. Because people are buying stuff and they're paying crazy prices for it. So it's just crazy how that works. That's like houses right now. Okay, everyone paid twice as much as their house is worth when they bought them in the last few years. Except for me. I got my house for a hell of a deal. It's worth twice what I paid for it right now, but I have a feeling it's only going to be worth what I paid for it soon. At the rate the things are falling, it happens though. I mean, it really does. It just happens. Because right now, it's worth one price, but like I said, after a while, it'll only be worth what I paid for it because it's going to drop. Everything's getting ready to drop. And if they keep playing with us like they are, it's going to get real bad. So I've been doing everything I can over the years to change with the economy and adjust with it. But I feel like I'm giving in and I'm going to have to go the way of the world, which I slowly am. I mean, I'm embracing TikTok and some of the other places, and I'm embracing it. So I mean, it is coming. I just, whoops, I guess I can just pull that out and do it and not even have to worry about it. There we go. But it's just crazy how that works out there right now. It's just everything is dropping in value now because everything went so high. Inflation just drove everything through the freaking roof. And oh, did I say inflation? I meant greedflation because all that was just pure greed. There was no inflation. It's all greed. There's no way you can call it inflation and say, hey, by the way, we had record profits this year because inflation was so bad. Ain't no one buying that sticker. No one buying that crap. But they still going to shovel it to you. That's like, what's really going on behind the scenes with this divorce between Musk and Trump? There's something going on behind the scenes that they don't want us to know about. So they're distracting us with all this BS going on with the argument. They're probably working together on it just to cause. I did watch something where they said that these two are genius because they're working together. They're just playing their good cop, bad cop bullshit or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you call that, but they're playing everyone, and I don't know if they're working together. I really don't know. But it's just crazy the amount of crap that's going on lately in the world. Because we really are the laughing stock of the world. And it sucks. Because, everyone wanted it to be one way, and it was. They got their way. Trump got in there. And we thought, oh, it's going to be like 2016 all over again. Now, there ain't nothing like 2016 because 2020 was amazing for me. I made more money in that time, but I also had all the goodies that we were talking about stocked up. I had everything. So I sold out all that stuff, which it began to get really, really hard to find that stuff. So I went to other stuff. I still made good money. But now you can't find it anywhere. We used to buy packaged Hot Wheels, 3 for $1, because there was dealers that would buy them just to get certain ones out of them, and then they just sell off the rest of them dirt cheap just to get rid of them. Because they got what they wanted. They don't care about the rest of it. And so they do that. And it happened all the time. And it worked great. For me, especially 3 for $1 Hot Wheels. Now look at the price of them. They're $1.18. And if you go to the flea markets now and you try to pick them up, the cheapest you're going to find is $1. And generally, that's over $2. They're now $2 at the flea market. $1.29 with tax at Walmart average. So, I mean, it's just getting stupid. Back in the day, all our grandmothers and grandparents, it's kind of funny. Now collected up the gold and all this old stuff and everything. Us old morons now, what are we collecting now? I'm going to have 900 Funko Pops and action figures and comic books and everything to pass down to my grandkids. Because that's what we're saving now. We're not even going after the other stuff. We're going after all the collectibles and stuff. And it's everyone. It's from any age, everyone's buying everything. Us older people, we're buying it because it's nostalgic. Hey, that's something we used to have. We want it. Then you got the other half that's buying it just because, hey, that's cool. I got to have that and everything. And they do. you know. But that's like I remember the meme that says, "Oh, what's it say? Oh, look, son!" And they open the garage and it's full of crap. And he's like, "Someday this will all be yours." And the kid's sitting there going, "Did you kill me first?" Because he don't want it. And every time I see that one, I think of my son. Because my son is like, we don't want that. I guarantee my daughter, my oldest daughter, and my son, when I said, "Hey, this will all be yours one day," they thought, "I hope we get some money out of the auction for that because it ain't worth nothing." You know. But my son, he used to work with me, and we used to go out to the flea markets and everything. And he is one of my best salesmen ever. That boy could sell you the Golden Gate Bridge if he wanted to, you know. Me, I couldn't do it. He said a price, he'd stick to it. And I'm the bargain king. I'm like, "Hey, you want that? $5, it's yours." My son would be like, "That was worth $15." I'm like, "No, it wasn't. It was worth $5." "No, it's worth 15." "No, it's worth 5 because that's what I got out of it." You know. And so we have that argument all the time and everything. But I miss the good old days when my kids were younger because they go out to the flea market with me and we'd have a good old time. It did get stressful and everything at times, but we still had fun because we were together. And, you know, my kids will look at my oldest will be like, "There was no fun in that." There was some fun in it. But they worked and they made money and they did good. You know, and that they like making money. And I got to spend time with my kids. My youngest, she didn't go to the flea market until she was about 6 years old, so she didn't really learn the same as the younger one or older ones. About 6 years old is about the time when we quit going to the flea markets and everything. So she never had to learn the discipline and the work ethic and all that like the other two did. And so me and my wife got a divorce, ex-wife, ex for a reason. Oh, nuts, crazy, cuckoo, cuckoo. And that's putting it lightly. But yeah. So I'm going with this. But nowadays we got kids doing whatever they want, wherever they want, and no one cares. It's like my youngest, she grew up with no discipline. She'd get mad, and my ex had custody of her, so she'd get mad at me. She'd be staying with me, and she'd get mad, and she'd be like, "I'm going home," and she'd just walk out and leave. And it's like, you can't do that. I do whatever I want, and I have no recourse to it because I didn't really have custody, and you know the judicial system around here sucks, and no one wants to help you with anything. And eventually, she was supposed to be put on probation for her little attitudes, outbursts, and crap like that. And they never did do it. But she's doing a lot better. I will give her that. She just graduated. I'm very proud of her for that. And she's slowly getting better. And I hope that she does succeed where I have failed with her because I want her to be all she can be. I want all my kids to do the best they can. All of them. Having as many kids as I have, it's hard to keep up with them. And, you know, even when they screw up, you still love them. You may want to smack the snot out of them, but you still love them. And, you know, I've had times where I'm close to my certain kids, and I've had times where I'm not. And it just comes and goes. Because I like being close to my kids, but when they piss me off, we tend to not talk for a while. And we also get busy, and we don't talk for a while anymore, because we're all busy anymore. And I just let them do their thing, and you know, don't bother them. And it sucks because my son moved away a few months ago. He used to come by all the time, and I ain't seen him since he moved away. And it sucks, but it is what it is. And I know where he lives, so I could go down there, but I haven't done that either. So again, that's on me. So it is what it is. You just do the best you can and keep going. And it's not so bad. I mean, if I ever get this room done, it'll be a lot cooler because I'll bring down the furniture, put it together, and start getting out my other toys for my office and start putting it together, make it pretty and all that stuff. But I don't know. I'm just slowly one day at a time right now. Because tomorrow's Saturday, I'm going to go out and do some stuff in the morning. Now I'll come back and work till about 5 or 6 at the store. And then we'll probably come in here and do a live and paint, and y'all can be bored and be like, yep, he ain't doing shit today. I'm out of here. And, but I realized I just got to do this stuff so I can get to the goal I want to do and where I want to be with what I want to be. And I figure you guys can just watch and see how I'm coming, and you'll probably all just pop in for a minute and go, yep, he ain't got anywhere yet. Next. And that's how it's going to go, and that's fine. But then as it starts coming together, some things they take a little bit of time with me, and then other things I could be like boom, 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 and fly through it. Depends on what day I'm having and what I've got going on that day, It just all depends. I just keep going at it. You just never give up. You always keep going. Never give up. And I know that is the easiest thing to say and the hardest thing to do. Keep going when you don't want to. That is the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. But it's worth it. It really is. When you get depressed and you don't want to get out of bed and you just lay there for those days and just let it go by. If you need a rest, that's good. But if you're sitting there laying in bed to the point of depression, I know it sucks, but you got to get up. You got to do something. Because if you don't, eventually you're not going to get up. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to lay there. And you're not going to care. And yep, that's it. It'd be nice once I get my computer set up and everything again, and that way I can start doing my editing and everything. But yeah, it don't look like I got a damn thing done in here. Not a damn thing. It's so quiet out there. Hell, I'd rather have someone at least heckle me. At least, geez, ain't got no comments coming in, no nothing. We could talk or something, but yeah, I guess it's hard for me to do that since I got my back to the damn TV or the camera or whatever, so I can't see comments and everything. So I guess I check them once in a while, but I ain't seen nothing. But I mean, it's kind of boring what I'm doing right now. I mean, who cares? We all got jobs we've got to do. There's that. I'm gonna get that top half there, and that wall's ready. And it looks easy, but it's not. And be like, it's damn easy. You're just taking your sweet old time. Damn right I am. Bam! Why is that thing crooked like that? Damn. What else? Okay. Gonna get this out again. Go all the way across that floor too. And that one. But yeah, I know my stuff's been boring lately because I've been working. And I haven't been really feeling it with like I said, TT been downsizing everyone's stuff, so a lot of people probably ain't feeling it right now. I know there's a lot of mad people out there on their lives and everything talking about it. Everyone's saying it's cooked, it's over. And you know what? I'm beginning to wonder why you would take a billion-dollar company and destroy it. Because to me, they had a well-oiled machine. And they threw a wrench in it so fast and said, watch this! Boom! How much that battery gonna cost? And they did. They threw a wrench right in that fucking frog and it stopped. So why did they do that? Your guess is as good as mine, because when they shut down on the 20th January, my TikTok went boom. It started taking off. I started having fun. I was like, okay, I love the new TikTok. And then the last 2 months, 3 months, it just said, ha ha, gotcha. We suck. And we're going to screw with you as much as we can. And so, since then, pretty much what they've done is just screw with everyone. You know, they were worried about Trump taking TikTok away because they're going to take away livelihoods. TikTok said, you know what? They want it so bad. Let's destroy it and then sell it to someone after we destroyed it. Because that's how I feel like they're doing right now. Destroy it and no one will want it so we can keep it? No, I don't think that'll be good enough for Mr. Trump. He'll still want someone to own it. And then he'll want to change it back or change it again or do whatever he wants to do, because something about these people in this world, they all like their power. They all got the little D syndrome or something. I don't know what's going on with that. Everyone thinks they're so powerful. We're going to control everyone. We're going to tell them what to do. They're going to censor you and not let you tell anyone what's going on in the world. Sad thing is, even if you see it on different medias and everything, you still need to research. Because I hear stuff all the time and I'm like, nuh-uh. And I'm normally right. It is nuh-uh. They left out the most important parts of things or something. And yeah, it's just crazy how that works. But normally when that happens, they just left out the most important details of something. So I don't know what to think. But I know I've been seeing a lot of changes coming up on it, and it's not good. You know, at first I was like, oh, I'm going to be in with all these other people and I'm going to have a good time. And I realized, damn, I missed the boat. The party is over. Everyone's already leaving, looking for the next gig. And like going out clubbing it, you know, you're always looking for the next big one. And yeah, this party, I think, is just about over. I didn't make it to the party. I made it to the pre-party, I guess. But it was fun. I mean, it's still going. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's still going at least. So, who knows? It's just, it is what it is, you know. I'm hoping that whoever's doing the crap at TT, they actually start listening to their viewers and start realizing what they're doing. Unless, like I said, the ulterior motive is to destroy it so no one wants to buy it. That could be too. I just don't understand it. Don't know. I just know it's really getting ridiculous out there. So I think that they might just be doing that just because of Trump's crap. They're like, you know what? He wants it so bad. We're going to destroy it. Then we're going to soak him and take his money and let him have it. But you would think he got to be smart enough to know that it's falling apart already. You would think, right? But I don't know. He might not. Or he might just think, well, I can put it all back together. I'm so damn smart. I mean, I did get here. Are you so damn smart? I don't even know anymore. Like I said, 2016 to 2020, amazing. Now, you know, they want to say, okay, it's Biden's fault, it's his fault. I don't care what you say, because before he even went in, I figured we were screwed either way. Because if Harris had got it, we were screwed. If Trump got it, we were screwed. So I feel like no matter what we did, we were screwed. And it is what it is. I wish that things were different, because I really wanted to get on this TikTok game, and I was really excited about it when it was going great. But it seems like either that or they're just pushing it like they are right now because they want you to pay them to be on their platform. Not a good game plan either. You're going to lose a lot of people that way too, especially when people are broke. They don't want to pay to promote their crap. Hell no, they ain't. You know why they ain't want to go do that? Because they ain't got the damn money to freaking do that. Ain't no one got the money for that promotion bullshit right now. I know I don't. That was because of my own stupid dealings, but hey, it is what it is. And I'll get my shit together sooner or later. Ain't that true? It's the way it is. I don't know. Huh. I don't know on that one. It's definitely sweaty in this room. I can feel it. Sweating to the oldies. Or the moldies, I don't know. But I have a feeling that within the next year, if things don't straighten up, I'm gonna find me a realtor, sell my big old building next door. Keep this one right here because we have that small, I want to say 1,500, 1,200 square foot of retail, and then we have the out front out there. And then I've got this office, that office for selling online and everything. And so I think that's probably how that's going to go down within the next year or so. Because to be honest, I love having the store. I love talking to people. But sadly, it's a whole new age, and we're moving towards everything being online anymore. So it's kind of a big old waste of all that crap. So I'm going to work on trying to get some stuff set up for online sales and everything. So slowly we're going to convert over to that and everything. But I probably got till the end of the year of redoing stuff and everything else. So it could take me a little while. But my goal is within the next year to change everything around and what we can do. I want to travel more. I want to semi-retire like I was going to do. I mean, I got bored and everything, but then I had one of my best friends robbed me blind and took my retirement from me. So I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I could sell the building next door, then I'd go back to where I was going to be and do my thing. But unfortunately, we all know no one's got any money out there. So if you're hoping to cash out on some property or something, unless you've got some prime real estate, you're going to be sitting on it or you're going to take a big old chunk of loss. And that's where I have the issue. I don't want to take no loss on it. So I don't know. I won't take a loss, me, because I didn't pay that much for it. But as far as what I should get out of it, I'm going to take a loss, yes. For what the amount of money I have in it, I'll probably take a loss. But it's not a big loss, so it's not too bad. It's just annoying. Because you work so hard to get where you want to be, and you got things going on, and you know how everything sits there and goes bad, and you're just trying to work through it and everything. That's a rough time there, I'm telling you. It really is. I don't know. That's just the world we live in. I don't know why it's that way. You know, I look at it this way: if you ain't bothering anyone else, no one should be bothering you. But for some reason, we have so many people that instead of taking care of things and making sure we're all okay and everything, we have a bunch of little dick mother people that just want to tell us what to do and how to live and control us. That's not how that's supposed to work. It's literally supposed to be a free country. That means if I want to do something and I ain't hurting you or hurting anyone else, Leave me the hell alone. If I'm in public, okay, fine. Tell me to go home, and I'll do it. Because it is ridiculous. You know, I should not have people telling me which guns I can own, which ones I can't. Registering them, I have no problem with that. But at the same time, it's like they say, people that obey the laws, they're not the problem. Because if they're obeying the laws, they're not the ones we're getting guns for. It's the ones that aren't obeying the laws is why we're getting guns. They're protecting ourselves. Look at it that way, you're smart. Because these police, I'm sorry, sometimes they do good. Most of the time, anymore, they're all lazy. They just don't want to do their job anymore. I mean, who the hell thought it was a good idea in the first place to make meth, fentanyl, and all these drugs just a misdemeanor? It's a slap on the wrist anymore. And they wonder why it's gotten out of control. Why everyone is on fentanyl. Why everyone is on drugs. I just don't get it. Just don't get it. It just, I don't know why people think they need to control other people, tell them what to do. I understand people getting upset if you have a neighbor that wants to put trash all over the yard or whatever and everything else. And if they're busting the law, then go get them, I guess. But, if they got a whole bunch of trash outside their house, it kind of kills your value of your house. I get it. But at the same time, we should be able to do what we want to do on our property. So it's kind of a catch-22 for me on that one. I really don't think we should be told what to do. And there's no way of saying, my nice and needy could be different than your nice and needy. So if I say, hey, it should be nice and needy, nice and neat over there and everything for you, that could mean totally different than what you mean. Because you could probably mean, I want it in the backyard with a fence over it, and, pretty much like the laws are. Me, I mean, hey, got it stacked over there, nice and neat, preferably in the backyard, preferably. Don't put it in the front yard. And we always try not to put our shows out in the front yard and everything. So it just all depends on how you feel about it. But I don't know. I think our government's got so much overreach anymore as it is. It's just ridiculous. I feel like everyone wants to control everyone. It don't matter who you are, what you're doing. Everyone wants to control everyone. That's like in politics. They say there is not an honest politician out there. And you know why there is not an honest politician out there? Because if you're honest, you either give up and quit, or you become one of them. So either way, you give up and quit. Because you can't make it. An honest politician cannot make it. They'll railroad your butt out of there. And that's the lovely world we live in. I don't get it myself. Why do people have to control people so much? Why do people feel that need? Where does it come from that people feel the need that they have to overpower other people to feel superior? They have a God complex or something? Probably. I'm pretty sure one of them running the country right now does. And I just feel like he's a totally different person than he was last time. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of stuff that I'm not seeing what else, so I don't know yet. There's a lot of stuff in the works. I haven't seen it happen, so I don't know. Because I always get to half the story. Never find the whole story on anything. It's just there. It's just one day at a time. Keep watching. It can be there. So my question to you is, how are we going to fix this country? Because ain't no one want to suffer. No one wants to go without. We all want to be equal. We all want to be loved. We all want to have a home. We all want to live a life and not work our life away and just be miserable. But instead, we have become slaves to these millionaires and billionaires, whether we want to or not. We are their slaves. We do what they say. So you can't, I mean, unless you're really, really smart and know how to get around it, you can't call out the police on stuff. You can't call out City Hall on stuff. Because let's say you go call out City Hall on something. They're going to find a way to railroad you. They're going to find a way to tax you, shut you down, whatever. Shut you out, tear your house down, whatever. They're going to find a way if you screw with the wrong person. Same with the police. They'll just keep harassing you and harassing you and harassing you. Yeah, they say there's places you can complain, but my problem is I'm in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma don't care about you. I filed with the uh, state's attorney. I've done all kinds of stuff with people. You know, you can rob people blind, and there ain't a damn thing they can do about it. I don't trust too many people, if any, anymore. Like I said, my friend of 21 years, he screwed me out of everything I pretty much had for money. So I don't trust anyone anymore. I just made a big old mess right here. Paint splattered. And it breaks my heart because I really thought we were good friends, but trust too much. I don't want to trust anyone anymore because of that. And that's where the heart breaks. There's a lot of good people out there, and I refuse to help them anymore because I don't trust other people. Yeah, that's the way it is. I don't know what to do about it. You know, you get hurt by people so much that you just don't care after a while. You don't want to deal with it. You just do the best you can, keep going. And everything. So yeah, I'm just talking to myself out here. So I haven't really been checking my messages because I'm sure there aren't any. No one's really sticking around. There's a lot of likes on there. I appreciate that. I appreciate anyone that follows and likes it. Especially if you stick around for a minute, engage, all that. That's cool. Looking for my right. Here it is. There it is. Got my rag because I spilled paint all over here. Not like the carpet's a great carpet, but I don't want to do that. This carpet in here is crap. That top, that bottom, that whole corner over there. And I'm ready to roll it out and be done with that. But then I got all the panels up here for the drop ceiling, all got to be painted, put back in, and all that fun stuff too. So yeah, this is probably about a 3-4 day project for me because I got to do it on my off time of doing other stuff and everything else. And everything, I don't even know what time it is. About 8 o'clock now. I'm probably going to call it quits here in a few. As you see, I didn't get much done. I can roll that out and like, no problem now. I got that done. I just got to get that etching on the top done. And there, I can roll this whole room out in no time. What's going to take me the time is repainting all these panels and then putting them up in each one, and then I got to adjust it, make it pretty. Yeah, I hate the drop ceilings. They're a pain in the butt. They look nice if they're done right, but they weren't put in right the first time. So I just took it out and redid it and everything. So that's pretty much what I've been working on today. I'm gonna clean this up and we're gonna call it a day in here. But yeah, I'm working on getting it figured out how I'm gonna do this because I got one shelf's gonna go here. I think the futon's gonna go right here. I'll have my TV over here in the corner. I decided I'm gonna put my movie rack right there. I thought about putting a movie rack here, but I'm not sure if it's gonna open in this door here. Actually, I think it might fit actually right behind that door. So that would go to there. Then I'll have my car cabinets here. I don't know if the coffee table's going to fit in here or not. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I guess it's saying I've been on for an hour, and we need to check and see if you're real. And I missed. Man, I hate this puzzle piece of crap. Y'all had it before? Ah, yeah. I suck at this, I guess. Oh, I got it, even though I missed it. So that's pretty much what we got going on today. That's where I'm at. Tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to try to roll this all out tomorrow night and then wipe everything down after it dries Sunday. And then we're going to try to get these panels in the top here. Then we'll clean this carpet up as much as we can. And then we'll start putting all our goodies in here and make it look pretty. And then maybe the next time after that, we'll be sitting down chilling and having a nice little, hey, look at that. I don't know. Who knows? It's slowly getting there. We're slowly coming along. I appreciate you all for your support. If you want to know anything about us, who we are, what we're doing, you can check out our videos. If you want to check us out in the store, I do a lot of lives in the store. It just depends on where I'm at right now. I got so much going on, I don't know which way I'm going, so I just keep going and everything. So that's pretty much what I got for you today. That's what I'm working on, and I'm hoping to get that done sometime next week, and then we'll have that chill out, and then I'll be working on either the kitchen out here or the office. The actual office is right behind me, but I consider it all office. The office is behind me, behind that TV right there. This is going to be our lounge, relaxing area. And you got the bathroom over here, and then you got the kitchen over here. So, like I said, it was an apartment. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. There's actually a big old living room behind this. It goes all the way out. It's a living room, dining room, and it goes out, I think it's like 30, 40 feet. It's a big old living room, dining room, and everything. So it's pretty cool. And, that's how that is. I'll go check and see if my wife's here real quick. I'll be right back. Nope, she's not here right now yet. So I'm trying to decide is if I want to paint the rest of that top real quick. Probably get one tie. Got some paint left in there. Might as well do one top. Then this wall will be ready to roll out tomorrow, first thing. And then I just got to get that top bead right there done, that bottom bead right there, all the way done. That top right there in that corner, and we're ready to roll it. Which is probably the easiest part of the whole damn project. So, yeah, there's that. But I just want to get it together so I have a place where I can chill, relax, and everything. At home, you got the grandbabies and the kids and everyone all over the place. And here we got relaxation points. You're wrong, I love my babies. But sometimes I gotta have a little bit of space. But like I said, if I'm gonna see the front living room out of this apartment here that I don't live in, because I use it for the office, like I said, I gonna turn that front area. It's either going to be eBay. Depends on if I sell the other building or not. But it's going to be pretty much my eBay center. Is this building? And then if I get it going, who knows? We might hire someone, or we might not. I don't know. I just don't like people anymore. We've been done wrong so many times anymore. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. So I don't know how to deal with that right now. But if I get someone that comes along that's actually good, knows what they're talking about, and actually wants to give it a try, I'll work with you. The only problem is, I'm in Okmulgee, Oklahoma, and most people around here, they either don't want a job or they're going to Tulsa. And I don't blame them. I used to say Okmulgee rising around here. The only thing rising around here is drug use and rent. That's the only thing rising around here. Theft, drug use, and rent. Yep. Sadly, it is what it is. Yeah, I was going to get off, but my wife didn't come home and everything, so I figure I'll try to get the rest of this etched out for tomorrow. Who knows? Not a whole lot left. I mean, it takes a little while, but it's not hard to do. I could fall off this ladder right now, bust my ass, and only 2 people would see it probably. And the sad thing is, had it on live, I'd still go back and clip it so everyone can see it. I don't plan on falling, so hopefully that don't happen, because if I do, I have paint everywhere. We don't want that either. I mean, literally, it would fall all over. I've already got it all over me. I'm never good with paint. I'm always a mess when it comes to paint. I'm not good at it. I think it'd be cool to get into like printing 3D stuff, you know. But then I'm not good at painting again. I thought about doing that stuff. I thought about doing all kinds of stuff. I want to go travel and go to the cons, like my buddy James there. I think he goes under James or Skellington House or something. Skellington House? I think it's Skellington House. I'll have to look. But he's pretty cool. You should follow him and check him out. He's always doing unboxing of different figures and stuff, and he does the cons and everything. Really cool guy. But yeah, tomorrow I'll look it up and I'll get it right. I'll tell y'all who it is. I think it's James Skeleton House or something. He got a big old 12-foot skeleton outside his house all the time. I think there's some of the videos on his TikTok too that show that. So that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, he's always got some cool ones. I wish I could get a bunch of figures like that, but I know it ain't cheap to do all that. I got too many things going on, Davey, starting out. That's why, you know, me and my wife, with what happened with our getting our other stuff the way we were getting it, we want to keep the store, but at the same time, if it doesn't keep taking off and do better like it is, I know it's doing okay. It's not doing great. I'm going to probably keep it and just fill it up and watch people and do my thing. I'm getting ready to put a phone number on the door so you can just text me and I'll go open it up, you know, during the day for people, because I've got to get stuff like this done. I've got to get other stuff. I cannot sit at the store for 5 people to come in and spend $5 each. I can't do it. So I'm going to get a phone number, put it on there so they can come text me, and I'll be like, okay, I'll be there in a minute, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then we're going to start, if anyone ever wants to come down to the store, you know, check in about 4 o'clock or whatever, you guys come to message me or whatever, come down to the store, and you can be on the live with me, or you can check in and be on the live, you know. It's all up to you how you want to do that and everything, but let's build a community where we can all hang out and have a good old time. I mean, I'm just living my life and doing my thing. That's pretty much what my channel is. Life with Rob Nikki. That's what we're doing. We're just living our best life. And that's what it should be about. Not, I'm trying to get TikTok paid. I'm not trying to get TikTok famous. I know a lot of people are. And I ain't bashing anyone for that, because we all want to get paid. We all want to make money. And yeah, I want to make money. But my point is that's not my goal. That is a goal. I would like to make money, but it's not my end game. For that, I've got other things I'm going to do. Everything. I've lived my life. I've done all the little things. You know, I had the big house. I had all the BMWs at the house. I had the business. I had all that crap going on. I traveled with the bands. I've had rentals. I've done it all. I've done everything I want to do now. You know, unless I have a shitload of money. Now, if I had a shitload of money, no, we're just getting started in, you know. But as far as, you know, things like that, I've done it. I'm not interested in doing it anymore. I've done my part of that. What I'd like to do now is redo the store, maybe find someone that I can actually trust, live upstairs, and then they can open the store and do that. And but they got to be smart and know what they're doing because they're going to have to work their butt off to make their money. It's not just going to flop in your hands. You got to actually work for it. And that's the problem with this business. Is every time I hire someone, they think, "Oh God, this is going to be a cakewalk. This is going to be so easy." After a week, they just show up. They're like, "Oh hell with that. That's work. I thought we were just going to be standing around chilling and taking people's money." Hey, how's the stuff get on the shelf? How's it get cleaned? How's it get out? We don't have magical lids in the walls that'll come and put the stuff out for us. You just gotta, what we gotta do. So I've given up on hiring people. We've had over $100,000 worth of stuff stolen from us over the last 20 years. Just people working for me. And I know that sounds like a lot, because it is. And stuff adds up. And, they just keep doing it. And that's why we don't hire anyone anymore. I just don't trust people like that anymore. I used to trust people with everything. I'd give them the keys and say, there you go. But as stuff started disappearing and stuff started happening, stopped giving out the keys as much. And, last guy I had, first time I ever had to evict someone, because normally they knew when it was over and it was time to go, because the person I dealt with for evictions, they didn't want to ever mess with it. This guy locked me out of my own damn building and everything when I started the eviction process on him. What's nice about the eviction process now, though, it was the first eviction I ever had to do. But what was nice about it is, it was the first one, and hopefully the last one, but it only took 10 days from beginning to finish to get him out of my apartment. Where it used to be like 2 months, so it did cost me $60. And I got a nifty little paper that says he owes me $1,000, which don't mean squat, obviously, because if they ain't working, that's like the judge is like, hey, you can come back and get another settlement too for the damages. I'm like, what good is it going to do? They don't have a job. Well, they might get a job. You might get they've been living 10 years off the state, telling them they're homeless and then collecting a paycheck. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And everything. So it is what it is. And, I always try to help people out, and them rugs are so bad that everyone I've tried to help out with, the ones that relapsed, which is 95% of them, sadly, there's some that actually got on and got into their life. I know one of them that worked for me, he OD'd on some pills years ago. I sold him a van on payments, and they blew it up. So then they took it to the salvage yard and scrapped it so they could go buy pills. I mean, that's kind of where we're living in right now, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. That keeps happening more and more. People do the stupidest stuff anymore. I don't understand it anymore. I just don't get it. I don't know. Sad how the world we're living in right now is just sad. We're in such sad shape. It's sad when the other countries are just laughing at us. You got people out there going, "Oh, it's great." Yeah. I don't know what world you're living in, but it's like I had someone tell me yesterday, "Oh, the economy's getting so much better." And I was like, where are you living? Because I don't see it. And I think it's going to keep getting worse, especially if they keep firing more and more people. It's just going to keep getting worse. And it's like I saw an article the other day. They fired hundreds of people from I don't even remember where. But they were all like, yeah, ain't no big deal. We're going to go get on DoorDash, and we're going to get on Instacart and all that crap and everything else. Well, the problem is that happened, Instacart, DoorDash, and all them little companies, they put a hiring block on that area. So none of them people could get a job. Like, we're full. There are no jobs for you guys people. We got the people that are already here, so we're going to honor them first. And I get that. They should, because them people were already there. The problem is these people shouldn't have to go look for a job that had a job. You know, and then they're doing away with Job Corps. What the heck is the sense in that? Come on, you can't even tell me a good reason for that. I mean, you're taking all these kids, making them homeless and everything, and then saying you're saving money. No, that's not saving money. That's destroying lives. If you got to destroy lives to save money, that's not cool. Not cool at all. So it is what it is. That, who knows? It's just getting crazy. Well, I appreciate y'all stopping in and checking on my rambling on. That's pretty much all I'm doing. I'm just rambling on. Yeah, that's just the name of my show, Ramble On. Ramble on, ramble on, and ramble on. Now I just go ramble on. Because that's pretty much all I do. What comes to my head, I just let it out. Kind of like my videos. I'll be like, hey, you know what'd be funny? Me running around here in a G-string. 5 seconds later, we're running around, we're filming. I ain't doing no damn G-string, though. Everyone keeps telling me I should get the Daisy Dukes out, though. I'm like, no one wants to see that either, though. My wife just laughed and said, nope. I'm not sure what that meant. Nope, I'm not going to do it, or please don't, or oh, God. I don't know. I will tell you this. Anytime I take my shirt off and it's dark, she's like, oh, gosh, damn, night. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm just painting it up and having a good old time till now. So, who knows what the world's coming to. You know, I hated being young, but I love being young. Because, you know, my dad was an asshole. Treated me like I was autistic, obviously, so, and I asked him, you know, why'd you treat me like that? I couldn't relate to you. You couldn't relate to me, so you beat the piss out of me? That's lovely to know. But, you know, we made amends. Mainly because, you know, the grandkids and everything, and ain't no use of being mad over something that happened so long ago. I mean, he apologized, and so we went on, and, you know, so, you know, I can let things go. I mean, I'm one that always says, if you can apologize and be a man about it, what happened, I can forgive that. And I always can. And if you can't, then we know who the bigger man is then. Thank you. So, that's just how it is. That's fun. That's like on Facebook. I ain't supposed to say that, but I know you ain't supposed to say other media platforms, blah, blah, blah. I get restricted so many times all the time on my lives. It's not funny. It's either my mouth, things I'm talking about, or because I say stuff I shouldn't say. So, you know, a lot of people keep losing their accounts, and I look at it this way. If I lose my account, y'all need to find me on some other place if you actually do care, because I won't be like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go make another account and do it again. No, I'll be like, you don't want me? Fine, I'm going over to that place. You know, I'm not worried about it, you know. You don't want to be my friend? I don't care, but if you want to be my friend, cool, man, we're friends. If you don't want to be my friend, it hurt my feelings. I was bullied in school. I was beaten up. I was kicked the shit out of. I mean, I dealt with it. I didn't care. There's lots of people that didn't want to be my friend, so I don't care. Now, I got lots of people that want to be my friend. That's cool. I'm not going out of my way anymore. I've got too much going on, and I don't get out as much. I'm hoping, once I get this done, get through a lot of this mess I have, because I've been working for the last 10 years to get rid of excess pile up of crap. And I've done it. I just was hoping that my place that I always deal with would still be there. I did not expect them to be like, oh, by the way, you done? You ready to load up? You ready to come get some more stuff? Oh, we're done. We're not doing that no more. You're full. I mean, I'm still trying to deal with that, try to figure that out because I'm still distraught over that a little bit. It kind of messed me up because, like I said, I did all that work trying to make everything pretty for everything. We did a lot of stuff and everything, changed it around, and we were going to put dollar stuff in here, and then the fill a bag outside, and that was going to be the cool way to do it and everything. And then all of a sudden, boom! They don't do that no more. Found out I had quit going for like 6 months because I was redoing everything. I was getting rid of all the stuff and everything else. I go back, they closed. Over. In there 50 years. Gone with the wind. Kind of broke my heart. But I mean, that's a long time you're doing something and then just have it snatched from you. I know a lot of you don't understand that, but that's about how I felt about it. It just crushed me. Not the same for me now. And I think I'll be okay though. I just gotta learn that I don't need to work that hard, I guess. Because I did work real hard doing that though. Because we'd fill a 20-foot trailer up and it would not be in boxes, it'd just be thrown in there. And it would take forever to clean it out. We make good money. We'd pay our bills. I say we make great money, but we'd pay our bills. And we helped out a lot of people. And that was the main thing, helping out people and everything. So we did that. It worked out great for a while. So who knows what I'm going to do. I'm just trying to come up with a game plan. Or I'm just going to be a stumbling idiot talking about stuff. And like I said, we'll just name the show Rambling On. And I'll just ramble on about anything and everything. You just throw out something, I'll ramble on about it. I don't care. My problem is, as you see, I'm very distracted and don't check my stuff here very often. Of course, I'm still trying to figure out the lives because everyone's like, oh, do the battles, do this, do that. I don't even know what any of that stuff is. I'm old and don't know. I'm just here to have a good old time, hang out, and chill. I'm not sure about all this new crap going on and battles and got kids coming on. You want battle? Not sure what that means, but yeah, I don't know. Someone tried to explain it to me one time, and I was like, okay, that sounds cool, no. But I don't know. I mean, I could figure it out if I wanted to, but I guess I'm just old. No fun. My daughter would tell you that. I'm old and no fun. But what it would be to be 20 years old and young again, or 19. Let's see, she's 19. She'll be 20 this year. Either way, good time in life. I remember back in the day, we'd go cruising 8th Street and partying all night long and having a good old time and everything. Now, bed by 10 o'clock and don't care. I ain't asleep by then. I'm in bed. Yeah, that's a lot of stretching. I should get my stool, huh? Definitely hot in here. The AC. That's there at least. Gotta get that top there, that bottom's there done. I just gotta get that bottom there. Got all around those, so I just gotta get the top and bottom done here. And we're ready to roll it tomorrow. So that's cool. wonder where these trim pieces went. They were on these doors. I know they were here when I bought the damn place. They were using this as storage for the other building. They didn't even use this building, but we had the front store open, and in front here was furniture and everything. And then this was storage. Next door was storage. And they let it all beat to hell. It was all livable and nice and pretty and everything. And the last 10 years, it just sat here as storage. And we got mice in on one of the pallets from a semi we got in. And then they went through and they chewed up the walls, they chewed up the carpet, they chewed up all kinds of stuff. And now my trim is gone. It was on this door because you could see it was there at one time. I don't know where that stuff went, so I'm going to have to get new trim, stain it up, and put it out, I guess. But yeah, it's going to take me about a week probably to get this room done the right way. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with that carpet, or if I'm just going to cover it. Hell, by the time I put everything in here and I just put my grandpa's carpet down, hell, it'll probably be good. His main problem is right over there. Maybe get me a steam cleaner and I can get all that crap up. Hell, I don't know. They say they're that good, but I don't know. I need to just run out the front of the store for a car detail or something. There were nice detail cars outside. I just don't feel like doing that kind of work anymore. This was my first job at BMW, detailing cars. And I was a stupid teenager and quit. And I shouldn't have. I was making a whole $3.65 an hour. I was rich. That's a lie. I was broke as can be. Ah! Damn. What are you fudge? Come on. Get back. That's it. Told you. Someone's going to scare crap on me. I'm going to fall something. No, I'm going to see it. There you go. I got a top I'm finishing right now. Someone smacked me. And I got put down that side there, that side there, that side there, and it's all ready. Okay, I'll finish this up real quick. Get this thing out of this paint out of this thing, and finish it up and get off here. And yeah, it'll be ready for rolling tomorrow. But then I gotta do all the ceiling panels and all that other crap still. So much fun. Not really. Okay. I'm gonna get off here and go home and go eat. It's time to go home. Run some food up to the kid. He lives in one of the apartments up there. And then I'm going to finish this paint off that's in this bucket. And then I'm going to go eat and call it a night. I've been on here for a while, longer than usual, just to see how it goes. And to answer the question of how it's going, I've had 1 to 0 viewers the whole time I've been on here. So either my content sucks, which is a given, or the content sucks. But they're also stifling it because even when I did the same thing before, I would have 20 people, 30 people watching at a time. And I don't think I've ever gotten up over 4 with the new things they're doing now. So it's kind of messed up, huh? Who knows? Okay, here we go. I'm exhausted, though. I'll tell you that right now. Damn this corner, so once that dries, I gotta fill that up again over that. Might be perfect right here because I'm gonna put a trim piece down. And we're going to call it. I didn't go. I guess I should have stopped when I said I was going to stop moving my thing because I knew she won't hear. Oh gosh. I guess I need to make a lot of phone calls one day. Call some attorneys and get my stuff done. I'm tired of everyone screwing me around. And hire a new attorney for that last one because they're going to screw me around. I need to get that done too. I'm tired of waiting on people to do their jobs. It seems like no one wants to do their job anymore. If you get someone to do their job anymore, you're doing amazing. That's all I can say. I can't get 90% of the people out there to do their job. Especially if you're a government employee, I can't get you to do squat for me. And then they talk shit to you. Man, I remember back in the day, you talk shit to someone at a job, you was fired. Nowadays, they just look right at you and go, we don't care. Screw you. What you gonna do about it? I'm gonna file a complaint. Who you gonna file a complaint with? I'm the complaint department. So I remember I was like, hey, the state's attorney, I was like, hey, I'm gonna file a complaint. Oh, I'm sorry, we're the state's attorney department. We are the highest complaint department. You can't file a complaint on us. If you don't want to deal with us, you don't have to. You can go hire an attorney and do it yourself because we don't care. And they proved that over and over and over. The guy was sexually harassing my wife, overcharged us for the work, never even got the work done. I had to go pay someone else to do it. Car never ran the whole damn time. It's now running because I had to pay to get it fixed. And I just wanted my money back. And instead of doing your jobs, this guy would just keep sending stupid freaking canned fucking responses back. And then just be like, would you like to respond? No, I'd like you to resolve the damn issue. But I just gave up because I'm tired of it. It's just a game. And that's what these companies do, though. That's exactly what they do. They run you in circles as long as they can till you get tired of it and hope that you give up. But you will. Unless you're an attorney or you have, the knowledge of how to get around that crap. But even then, they still run you around. My attorneys, they're running them around. But the neat thing for the attorneys that I don't think is neat is they get paid by the hour. And they get $350, $400 an hour. And that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I just don't think anyone should pay that kind of money. Especially when you have to have an attorney for a court case and everything, and you don't get that money back. Especially if you're found not guilty. I'm sorry. If I'm found not guilty, I feel like the person that arrested me should be liable for my fees or something. I don't know. There's got to be a way around that. But I don't know. But I am going to go eat, get a bath, and call it a night. Y'all have a great day. Stay safe. We appreciate your support. Just keep checking in. You'll see if we actually do anything different. What's funny is you really can't see the way the lights are in here. You really can't see that I'm actually doing anything in here, can you? Not really. So that's pretty much all we got for today. Y'all have a great day. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow.